Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning from Rhino Kitchen, right? Like, so fun. How's everyone doing? I love everyone. Cool. So I almost made it to my office today. And as I was leaving, like hours ago to go to my office, my wife looks at me and she goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to my office." She goes, "We just got home from the hospital. Our daughter is 2 days old. You think you could work from home today?" What was my answer going to be? I was like, yeah. Did I say office? I meant Dunkin' Donuts to get you coffee. Duh. No, but my wife and her mother are at the doctor's right now for the second day checkup. So there is a small chance that you see them walk through that door. And that's if I keep rambling, right? So let me stop doing that. Few things. Coin went out to 40 so far this morning. When I wrote the email, no coin had gone out yet. I checked in with our head of app development, Steve. He goes, "And the database took much longer than I thought to clean it up." Now, let me explain what that means. So when anyone signed up to Rhino, on that front page, if you remember, we offered for you to put your wallet address. And then there were some bugs in it, and not all of them were saving, but we resolved that. The difficulty is, or at least the observation was, when we launched that save function to save your wallet address, that was so far in the early days that a lot of people, a lot of rhinos did not know how to get their wallet address. And some rhinos put their home address. Some rhinos put their phone number. Some rhinos put, I don't know. And not that it matters, right? That's more or less a funny observation than oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Again, we're all learning this together, but in never knowing what we don't know, when we said we were going to clean up the database, it was just assumed, okay, everyone put their wallet addresses here. We could add the wallet addresses that weren't saved, and that sounds like it makes sense. What we didn't know was that we were going to have to go through every single wallet address, delete the ones that were not correct wallet addresses, which we had to filter against the new wallet addresses that were given to us. And we had to go ahead and delete things like phone numbers and email addresses and actual physical addresses. All of that, when you're at 360 weekly rhinos, is a lot of work. That being said, it is all completed to go out this morning. Now, as you might have observed, crypto completely crashed yesterday. And Bitcoin actually got under 16,000. Now it's the lowest it's been in over 2 years. It's been holding the 18, 19,000 for like 3-4 months now. Then it just broke under it and really, really bad stuff. Today, crypto is rebounding quite nicely. I think Bitcoin is over 17,000. The point is that volatility has really, really overworked the network. So the Bitcoin network, the Binance Smart Chain network, the Ethereum network, all of this volatility is a lot of trading. So there's a lot of coin being sent all over the world today. Buy, sell, blah, blah, blah. So while we were sending the coin, and again, we're sending big bulk coin, right? Like we're sending all of the coin that you are owed up until Monday of this week. So that's a lot to send out. And the reason I make that distinction is if it was in real time and we're just sending one or two, well, then the network wouldn't matter. We're sending one or two. But when we're sending out 326 times how much coin is allotted with that, the network does matter. So Steve had told me we're pausing it for a moment, just letting the network settle down a little bit, and we're going to restart sending it. So if you are one, oh, thank you, Frida. If you are one that have received your coin, great. If you have not received your coin yet, it's coming and soon, right? And by soon, I mean in like the next hour or two. That will bring you up till Monday of this week, in which case tomorrow we're going to send out the rest of the coin. So whoever made transactions this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today being Thursday, that coin will be sent out as well. And the reason we're going to do that is because the automations should be kicked in by tomorrow. Therefore, with automations kicked in tomorrow, all the coin owed up until Monday as of today, and all the coin owed between Monday and Thursday as of tomorrow means everyone, Rhino Bucks, the real, yeah, which means everybody is fully caught up. And just to go ahead and share with you a gratitude, the coin for last week, we went ahead and credited to you at $1.70. even though all week it was a 172 to 180. So everyone would have received like an additional 5% of coin or whatnot. So it's a small way of saying thank you. I also want to go, and actually, Maurice, thank you for, it's obviously, maybe not even obvious, right? A bit of a joke, a real stable coin. When Rhino decided to go ahead and create its own token, we had when you're inventing something, there is no option that's not available to you. You could do anything you want, you're inventing it. When we were creating the coin, we decided to do a liquidity pool because that allowed us to be registered immediately. And in doing so, it allowed us to control the market, which is all the things we wanted to do. Now, granted, when we go ahead and get super duper, we don't want that anymore. So then we'll register as a regular coin, not a liquidity pool, and be on the Binances of the world and Coinbases. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And you know what? When I say that, I know our audience is uniquely qualified to actually know that because we've seen it over and over again. That's just the way Rhino works. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So step 1 is our liquidity pool. That being said, it was our choice. What did we want to back it by? Now, if you remember during this time, Binance Coin, Bitcoin, everything is flying, Dogecoin, blah, 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 blah. And it would have been popular to say, wow, we backed our coin by Dogecoin. We backed our coin by whatever, because you would have gotten the extra kicker. And what I mean by that is say you own 2 coin and it was $2, right? It cost you $2 to own 2 coin. But those 2 coin are backed by, say, Dogecoin, and Dogecoin goes up, say, 40% over that time period. Well, now your 2 coin isn't worth $2 because what it's backed by went up 40%. So 40% of 2 is 80 cents. Therefore, now it's worth $2.80. In which case you would say, wow, this is great. Not only am I making money on Rhino going up, but I'm also making money on the asset that Rhino's being backed by going up as well. And that's really cool when it works. And when it works, you're kind of just one of the crowd, right? Like, oh, you're making money, I'm making money, everyone's making money. Because when times are good, it doesn't take a college degree to make money when a rising tide is lifting all boats get lifted. But I'll tell you, from my experience in 2007, 2008, when that market was moving up and I was sharing with all of my clients that this thing called the Great Financial Crisis is around the corner, my clients weren't exactly thrilled when the market's going up and they were losing money because they were saying, Ant, everyone's making money. I really, really wish that we were making money like them. And I said, well, please just trust me a little bit because I can promise you this isn't going to last. And when it doesn't last, it's going to be you that's going to be quite happy. Well, when the Great Financial Crisis happened and all the stocks tanked, it was my clients who made more money than they ever did in their entire lives because they were positioned for that. And to Sebastian's point, thank you for saying that, Rhino is the only coin that was up yesterday. You could take a look at any crypto anywhere. Rhino was the only coin because what Rhino chose to do was back it by the dollar. We weren't getting fancy. Our job is to grow Rhino. Our job is not to gamble with your money. Our job is not to go ahead and all of a sudden be an analyst for BNB coin or Bitcoin and say, well, if we go ahead and do this with Rhino and then we do this with Bitcoin, we'll be great. Because imagine how embarrassing it would be that if Rhino did everything we were supposed to do, but we were backed by a coin that went to zero. Well, then all of your investment would go to zero. And that's the type of confidence that Rhino has. It's not that we're looking to say, okay, we're gonna give you a grand slam every day because we're so incompetent and we're so inconfident that we need to go ahead and wow you with bells and whistles. No, we're going to wow you with our core business. And in doing so, we're going to back our coin by a conservative asset. The Binance dollar, the BUSD, just to show you how strong it was, the entire crash yesterday was because Binance stepped in to bail out FTX, which later was found out that FTX was taking client funds and trading themselves other people's money and made bad bets, and now all of a sudden didn't have the money to go ahead and allow redemptions. Upon learning this, Binance said, whoa, we don't want any part of that. We're dropping our bid. The point being, when the whole crypto world was going crazy Binance, which again, we chose because we could choose anything we wanted when we were inventing. And we chose Binance not because they were the sexiest, but because they were the biggest and strongest. They were the JP Morgan of all crypto exchanges, because that's what Rhino's going to do. They were so strong that they said, we have so much money everywhere that we can actually go ahead and bail your whole company out. Well, upon not doing that, you know what they did with that money? They shored up their insurance fund. Binance literally is a fortress. It cannot, let me take that back. Anything could happen. But in terms of the crypto world, they are JP Morgan. And if anybody has a longer appreciation of this country was bankrupt in 1897. It was JP Morgan that made a $100 million gold loan to this country that allowed it to go ahead and finance itself to be the arms dealer going into World War I, which brought us to World War II, which brought us to being the strongest country in the world. There is a reason why JP Morgan is still the strongest bank today, because America remembers. When we go ahead and say Binance is the JP Morgan of crypto exchanges, we're not just saying that tongue in cheek, we mean that. So in a world where every crypto was down yesterday, Rhino was the only one that was up. And to that point, I could have easily made an email this morning saying, hey, look at us, we're great. And we would have got a bunch of new people to enroll. But what kind of people would that have been? What would have been the reason they enrolled? Because we sold sex to them. Hey, you can make money quick here, bop, bop, bop. That's not Rhino. I'll tell you this, in our entire history of the Rhino coin, not a single person's ever disputed it. And we do, I don't know, a lot of transactions. I think we've done probably 20,000 transactions since it. Not one's been disputed, because everyone that's in it understands what they're in it. Now, next week, we're launching our regional vice president, our regional vice president's program. 27 of the 100 we've sent out have accepted. I believe 10 probably have declined for personal reasons. And we're hopeful that we'll get over 50. Now, if you've taken a look at the email today, we have representatives now in Portugal, Brazil, Australia, Canada, UK, Spain, Germany, about like 10 different states in the US, Malaysia, Sweden, Slovenia. These are people in countries that are going to be Rhino. You see me and you say Anthony's Rhino. Anthony's Rhino on the computer because this is our gathering. But in your country, in your state, you will be Rhino. We will have a hierarchy where all of us will go ahead and espouse a particular and consistent message, because McDonald's here tastes the same as McDonald's there, which is why it works. As long as once you find out something that works, duplicate it. There's no embarrassment in doing the same thing as someone else that's working. Flattery is the highest, imitation is the highest form of flattery. So I do want to come out today and say, I want to offer you the updates. Everyone will have their coin today. You'll have more coin tomorrow, and automations will be completed. I do want to come out and say the crypto crash is probably one of the coolest things that's ever happened, because we're sitting there watching a boat sink while we're sitting in life vest. Now, not to give, and as I said that I thought Titanic, and that's not good because people did pass away. But when you do see people that are overextended themselves and sit there and point their finger at you and say, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then when things go bad and they get their faces handed to them and you are sitting there saying, see, it always mattered to know that you were in the right place, not that you were in the lucky place. These are the times that Rhino will grow. These are the times that anyone that's in Rhino right now should be speaking to other people saying, hey, remember I told you about Rhino coin and you said blah, 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 and now you got your face handed to you because you were in some coin that had nothing to do with nothing? Well, Rhino was the only coin that was up. Would you like to give us a shot now? These are those times. And lastly, our RVP program is going amazing. 27 already. That's 27% of the offers we sent out have gotten accepted within 2 days. We're hopeful to get 50%. We're already more than halfway there. I love everyone. I really do. And we're going to do this. I will see everyone tomorrow. Today, my day will be spent working with my team, finishing up the store, finishing up the automations. We're going to get back onto the app. The app we are hopeful will be relaunched, fully approved by Apple by Thanksgiving. We do have a Cyber Monday, Black Friday type of deals coming out. We do have Christmas specials coming out. We have the most amazing shoes you're ever going to see. Like, I'm buying the shoes that we invent, that we're designing. Amazing. I can't even tell you how amazing these shoes are. They might be the biggest hit this winter. And I'll be working with the RVPs all day today. I'm building the structure for Orientation Monday so that everyone could get in, know what they're doing, get to work. And here's the thing, we have 326 members. If we have 700 by the end of next week, I'll let the coin double. How about that? I'm moving the coin up 1 cent every day and suppressing it. The coin right now is actually worth over 4. If we go ahead and double, I'll double the coin. I'll allow it to double. And everyone's going to be making more money than they know what to do with. This is that. So I love everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Ralph. You're seriously amazing. One of our favorites, one of the OGs, original gangsters. ORs, original rhinos. Bye, guys.